To start my speech, I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I want you to imagine that you're sitting in your room, you're studying for a big test, and suddenly there's an aroma filling the room, and you smell brownies. You walk into the kitchen, and you're like, brownies! And then you take a bite into it, and there's caramel in it too. Caramel brownies are my favorite. Oh yeah, and you can open your eyes now. Caramel brownies are my favorite because how can you not love the chocolate and the caramel together? Today I'm going to show you how to make my favorite brownies, starting with how to prepare, how to mix the mix together, and what to do whenever they are done. To start making these delicious brownies, you would want to heat the oven to 350 degrees. After you heat the oven, then it is time to start preparing the batter. The first thing that you should always do is check to make sure that you have all of your ingredients, because nothing is worse when you're already making it and you don't have your ingredients. So for this recipe, you need 1 box of Betty Crocker Delights Salted Caramel Brownies, 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 egg. Here I have all the ingredients measured out for time's sake, but after you have found all the ingredients, it is time to get out the pan. For this recipe, you want to spray it with Pam so that your brownies don't get stuck to the bottom. After you grease your pan, it is time to start mixing your mix. First, you put in the brownie mix. Then you put in your 1/4 cup of water. And then you measure out your 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. And then you crack your egg. And now you mix. While you're mixing, you want to make sure that you get all of it off of the sides and all of it off of the bottom. And make sure that it's well blended. Brownies can sometimes be a little thick, but you have to keep stirring because otherwise you will have clumps of non-mixed batter. Now it is time to put half of it in the pan, since this is caramel brownies. You're going to spread it out evenly amongst your 8x8 pan. That way, you don't have one side that has more brownies than the other. Now it is time to put the caramel in. This can be tricky if you do not cut exactly a 1/4 inch slit into the side. Otherwise, all the caramel will go into one spot. So you squeeze it, and you're going to try to evenly distribute it amongst the whole pan of brownies. Caramel is a little hard today. You want to make sure that you get it all out. This is the best part. Since it is not that evenly distributed, you can take a butter knife and simply spread it around within the brownies. That way every piece has caramel. After you have it all spread out, then it is time to dump the rest of the batter on top. And then you spread it over top of the caramel so that the caramel does not get too hot over in the oven, and it is still smooth when you cook it. When you have it all spread out, this is the time where you would put it in the oven. You have it in your pan and you put it in the oven, and then this is what it will look like when you get it out. To check to make sure that your brownies are done, the best way to do it is take a toothpick, stick it in the middle, and if it comes out clean, then it's done. If it doesn't come out clean, then you should probably put it in for a little longer. For this recipe, you want to keep it in the oven for about 35 to 38 minutes. So after it is all cooled off, after you get it out of the oven for about 10 minutes, it's time to cut your brownies. So for this one, you can cut it to about your preference. I like bigger brownies, so I'll cut mine into 4s. And then you do the same to the other side. When you have them cut, it is time to share with other people. I just showed you how to make the best brownies in the whole entire world. I started with how to prepare the recipe, how to mix the recipe, and then what to do whenever it's done. Now is the time for you to take and try it and show that it is the best thing ever. Hopefully these brownies blow your mind and get put in your favorites so that you can make them for other people and that you can share the recipe.